Okay, and then so moving on, it's number 2D, a foreign eligible entity electing to be classified as an association taxable as a corporation. 2E, a foreign eligible entity electing to be classified as a partnership. That's when, I guess, you're making love together, mother, father, and if you adopt, you just call yourself a partnership. If you have a problem with it, that's settled right there. And, let's see, 2F, a foreign eligible entity with a single owner electing to be disregarded as a separate entity. Disregarded entity information, see instructions. Name of owner, Apollo. Identifying number of owner, 000136 space 15 space 2978. Just a random number. I got it from somewhere, but I just regrouped it. It's just something new, so it's not a copy and people know it right away. Country of organization, notice how they left it alone, they didn't ask for it. Okay, moving on. 3C, country of organization of entity electing to be disregarded if foreign. The Bank of Athena and Apollo, the International Bank of Athena and Apollo. Election is to be effective beginning month, day, year, see instructions, 11/21/1989. That could be possibly printed on that paper too. Recyclables. Name and title of person of whom the IRS may call for more information. Dr. Linda Ann Hernandez. This person's telephone number, 210-388-3888. Consent statement and signature and/or signature, see instructions. Under penalties of perjury, we declare that we consent to the election to the above named entity to be classified as indicated above. And that we have examined this consent statement, and to the best of our knowledge and belief, it is true, correct, and complete. If I am an officer, manager, or member signing for all members, of the entity, I further declare that I am authorized to execute this consent statement on their behalf. So I signed it right there as another doctor, because that's what I just explained in the other video. I'm sure if other people want this, they could look at catalog number 22598R. And you can also file an amendment. Say, I messed up on my taxes, can you help me out? Or look to it for next year. Form 8832, revision of January 2006. And for Paperwork Reduction Act notice, see page 4. Oh, and I put that signature as as a doctor name, Dr. Joshua Sanchez. I signed that on September 30th, 2018, and titled myself as a corporation company financial officer. Selection of fiscal tax year, adopting, retaining, changing, part 1, complete item P if the corporation is using the automatic approval provisions of Hi, that's my name. And that's my mom's name. Qualified subchapter S Trust, QSST, election or section 1361. And we can use this for anything, it's just for me and her to hold and show about. But I put for her social security number, I only know the last 4, I put 4323. And her name as the trust name. Our income beneficiary name and address, her social security number. And I'm the trust name she's the trust name and address of her own. And I didn't put no employee identification number because I wasn't sure of it yet. Because we haven't made any money for our company yet. Because we're still DBA. I just made it in 2017. I mean, they're not going to come after you if they don't know it. I mean, they practiced it before. Because remember, they kept bringing it up about Danny. But I'm not Danny, and that he doesn't own a bank called International Bank of Athena and Apollo. He doesn't own Athena or me, but you keep calling her Athena and Linda and this and that. So people hear your notes, sometimes record them and turn them in, but you don't know who's higher above them, so you keep going for them. When are you going to get yourself in trouble by actually shooting somebody if you don't behave? And date on which the stock of the corporation was transferred to the trust, month, day, and year. On my date of birth, November 21st, 1989. In order for the trust named above to be a QSST, and thus a qualifying shareholder of the S Corporation, for which this Form 2553 is filed, just make a copy of it and then put it towards a folder or whatever you want to think of it. Let's see. If you need more, look at this one and you can add your name right there. Add your name right there. It's still my mother, so you're going to be above me. I don't want to put my name as your beneficiary because I'm trying to award you that to your shareholder and your business purpose. I'm here to award you everything that you can get. Let's see. Use Part 3 to make the QSSC election only if stock has been transferred to the trust on or before the date on which the corporation makes its election to an S corporation. That means transfer the money, right? Yeah. Let's see, okay, so I'm gonna finish with this one here. This is gonna be also for Revlon, for Linda and Hernandez. To see if you guys can help us with that in California and or New York. That's for Linda and Hernandez and Joshua and Sanchez. For the Revlon and L'Oreal companies relating to Elizabeth Arden Incorporated. I'm not sure if they have our DNA, but if you look back into it, I don't know how far you're gonna look, but how far you want to look to that answer. But please help us out because there's people just throwing it in our face and we really don't want to look for our money that much more. Thank you. I do have a couple grants too. If you want to email me at Joshua, JOSHUAAARO 89 at gmail.com. And also Apollo Minerva 89, APOLLO MINERVA 89 at gmail.com. I am a reader of the Holy Bible, placed by the Gideons. Okay. The stuff that I have in my bank will just be a folder, a design of a banknote. Those are my ideas right there. Just adding, I don't know if I ever had to write it over, so I just make up the numbers. Like, I'm going to award my mother whatever I think it's worth. Which I'm sure is worth billions because they've just been only using U.S. currency here, U.S. dollars. And we're not out of the country yet. But they don't want to let us. They're literally going back in time and become slave owners or something. And literally, I wound up with this by faith, I guess, because it was somebody else's and they gave me scrap paper. And it says her last name right there, Hernandez. And all that good stuff. Whoever Akebridge and State is Peace Council acting as 30 defendant on bond. Joint representation conflicts of interest, effective assist counsel based on. And this was cut up and it was from Bexar County Jail. And this is who this is the things that I just wrote. There's my face. I wrote with this pen. I'm going to show you the documents, judges. I dropped the pen. It's still me. The some design of an image I haven't put yet, but it's because of these things. The government here is detaining Athena by immoral damages and ascertaining me as her son and alleging that we don't exist as Athena and Apollo and not awarding us to let us move to New York or anything that belongs to us, and literally bringing conflicts of interest as effective interests to them as only unfair business practices. I got all this from Wikipedia, and this is for Sony Corporation so far. Like, she hasn't received one dime. And I compared the right away, like, these two people right here, Shirley Kornreich and Jennifer Schechter, Dr. Luke and Kesha. I took out Kesha's name and I put Dr. Lynette Hernandez, my mother, and when she was a little girl, how she was raped. And this is all her story, and I have to do all this, but then who did they throw in there? Two actors from TV that were judges, but they have ascertained the skills of what a judge mediates as. And it's just like me and her. We're trying to be doctors, we're taking care of ourselves, we don't get into trouble. Obviously, I proved yesterday, I don't breach of contract, civil harassment, and we're trying to get our crimes diminished from here in Texas and move from Texas immediately. We'd like to leave here, and they give us nothing but pain here. We're going to recover here, and so, but currently I am on bail, and I have court tomorrow. I have court on the 19th, March 19th, 2019, in District 399 with Castro for my third time, or for possession of less than a gram of methamphetamine, which I was getting to right here. It goes with my grant. So. Let's take a look at it real quick. This is what was given to me before. The Magistrate Services Detention Center, Arrested Person Registration, Property Form. And apparently the Bexar County Adult Detention Center is out of service, or they didn't pass their inspection. According to Texas state law, nobody should be there. It's like a school. Why would you have people still be held in there? Which I noticed was a lot of problems. The pipes kept leaking, rooms kept leaking, and flooding, and the main jail in AA. I was there from AA. I was in AA 42. I have my receipts to prove that from the commissary at the Bexar County Adult Detention Center, which my brother transferred my money into my funds with his state payments, whatever, which you may want to cross-reference. I'm telling you to do it. He didn't tell you to. I'm telling you to because of what I know, because of how smart we are and how dumb I listen. So I hear that as soon as they transfer you from county jail to state jail. Is it state jail and or prison, or is it state jail and prison? Because that was the next thing that got to my mind, because they charge you like $500 a day if you're not moved when you're told. And that happened to another guy too when I was there in AA. The pod. They kept him there like, I forgot what the name of the thing was, but leave something absence or something like that. You're past your leave time, so somebody has to come visit you because they're investigating things to see if something works. They're trying to embezzle funds from guys. And see, and I even heard too that they had a investigation done from another county, Hidalgo County, and they told them what they were doing wrong, and they still haven't fixed it. And they just added that new side over there. I know there's enough certs to do that, but it's just a bunch of standing around, and it's their medical. I'm in disbelief. Like, hurry up. Okay, just I just turned off the TV for a minute. That was my mother's writings there. It took us forever to get those too. So if you would please, oh yeah, my mailing address and my mother's mailing address is Dr. Linda Ann Hernandez, Joshua and Sanchez, Dr. Joshua and Sanchez, Linda Ann Hernandez, Dr. Joshua and Sanchez. And our address is 107. That's her son, her oldest son, Michael J.